Hey, good morning everybody. This is Ali. I do art on Stonehearth, and this is Stonehearth Dev stream number 251. One more desert orc. Let's get right to it. Alright, so for the past it feels weird because there was a break in the middle of it, but for the past two art streams anyway, we'll call it that. For the past two art streams, we've been working on desert versions of our orc bad guys in Stonehearth, because that's super cool and everybody else is getting a neat desert paint over. You can see we've got an example right here, if you haven't seen them before anyway, of what a desert goblin might look like, and a tiny by comparison desert ogre. And so it was the orc's turn, and we've been working on that ever since. Hey, good morning, Malwell. Welcome to your first Stonehearth art stream, or maybe your first Stonehearth stream. And I don't know, Mr. Tobias, is that it, Mr. Tobias? Good morning, and good morning, Arcane Gunner and Drum Original, or evening, wherever you may be, of course. So yeah, to finish up our recap before we jump right into our promised one more desert orc, because there is just one more, until we do like the super fancy one with the cool hat and all the neatness. Here's our paint over. What is this? Hanging out on the pop-out. Excuse me, Photoshop. When internet programs get wily. Yeah, so over here are the paint overs that we worked on together on the very first stream we did these guys. So we took a picture of these two over here, and we dragged them into Photoshop and just quickly kind of like went back and forth on like colors and shapes and decoration, just like what would be the best way to dress these guys for the desert in a way that made them recognizably orcs, but also like visually look like they belong there, especially as everybody else is getting a change. It'd be super weird if you're like, oh man, desert goblins, oh my gosh, it's a desert cyclops, and it's the same old orc. No, we don't want that. So we all did that, and we agreed that this was the way to proceed. Last stream, we modeled our desert orc male. He's got a tattered vest, a neat head tattoo, which for a time we actually like modeled to look like a face on the back of his head. We can do a dramatic recap of what that was like. This is exactly like if you were there. Yeah. And this I thought came out super good. So thanks everybody who attended that stream for all your input and feedback. Let's do it one more time with Desert Orc Female. So this guy. Ooh, he's got like a little something whatever right here. I don't even know what that is. Okay. Yeah, I like her, like the cool undercut look. I think it's neat. Let's see, and Natsert and Lord Alfric, good morning. If I haven't good morning to you already. Okay, oh wow, this matrix has so many. Oh my goodness. I guess I must have exported them all together as one thing. They are sharing. And sharing is caring. But no more! Girls only. Okay, there we go. Now she's got her own little space. Feel like we're gonna want to give her just a bit more breathing room in case we break the silhouette anywhere. Otherwise, we're just gonna run into those invisible walls. Optimize size. Where did it go? That's interesting. Resize. Yeah. There we go. Optimize size is the one that shrinks it down. Resize, let's just make it bigger. Cool. Let's give her 5 extras. So 26, 36, and 18. Wait. 18. We'll make sure that favors the... Oh, we can't check and see. We favors the bottom so it doesn't go through the floor. It still went through the floor. That's... Oh, that's why. One more time with feeling. Sometimes it's difficult to talk and do all these things at the same time. Alright, Z space pushes it backwards, not up and down. Right. Height and depth, which is Z. Do that, and presto! No more through the floor. Hey, good morning, Anti-Gizmo and Sarandaries. Time for female orc. Yes. We're getting right to it, in fact. Alrighty. Actually, you know, all things considered, I don't know if we have quite as much fussing to do on her as we did with this guy, because we had to, like, take out a whole bunch of stuff and redo his shoulder and model his vest and everything, but I think a lot of her design already kind of keeps true to what's going on here, although she's gonna go for just a bit more modesty. We're gonna cover up her leggies, give her the shiny buckle. She needs very cool bracers to call her own, and we should definitely do something about this this earring. I really like that. Also, I was kind of thinking it would be really cool to give her like a hair bobble back here. Thought that'd be kind of awesome. Hey, good morning, Frankie McShanky. One of those orcs requires a ballin mustache. Oh my gosh. Yes. Agreed. That'd be amazing. And Chibi Kuroneko, if I haven't said good morning already, good morning to you. Okay. Cool. So what we were doing before is we were going in here and using the color selector guy, which is, whoops. Let's not place steam.exe into Photoshop. I don't think it could take it. So excuse the chat window, excuse me for just a minute while I fuss with this and make it agreeable. Can we do like that maybe? Because what we want is that little box down there. Now, at this point, we can probably, okay, that's perfect. We can probably take most of the colors that we need because they're already present on the male orc over here. Oh, there's the fancy hat orc! This is what I was talking about before, but many of you have probably already seen this. I still cannot get over her cape. That is the most amazing cape. I was surprised. Cool. Neat. Okay, so what I wanted, the reason I did all that is because I wanted access to this guy, so we could use the color picker and grab a hold of this little value right here, and if we have to, just drop it in over here, right there. Cool, that's great. Apparently I didn't actually hit copy, but you type in things and it gives you a color. And it's the same color over here, so we get consistency. But we may not need to even do that. Let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we did on the male orc was we fixed all the areas where the silhouette wasn't quite the same. That was before we went in and changed any colors, etc., and so forth. Again though, luckily, it doesn't look like we're going to be messing with the silhouette too much on our female orc. We should probably figure out the bracers real quick. We can start messing with the area that these bandages are going to take up. We can like modify these wristbands to temporarily fill that space. And I guess we have to mess with her sandals too, but again, we're not going to be pushing out her feet too much. Though with him, we did widen his toes, that way he could have like toenails and actually have his toes like squishing out. We did have like some time trying to make his boots look more like sandals and less like broken boots. Hey TPC Turtle Squish! Cool, alright. Let's dive right in. I keep saying that and then stopping to tell you guys things because I'm too excited about things all the time. I'm only a budge. It's what I do. Alright, so mess with the shape of her ears to be more accommodating for the awesome earrings. Let me borrow this for just a second. Awesome earrings forever. If we were to do something like this, it could actually look like she's got a hoop from a certain angle. Though how obvious that would appear from... Oh, I also don't like it, it's only 1 pixel thick. Or pixel, listen to me. I'm not a big fan of things that are only 1 voxel thick. I mean, it's okay like here and there. Especially when you get into really, really tight details. Like, you know, there's not a lot of room on this belt or for these spikes or studs. And definitely not for the teeth and stuff. But if you do it in too many places, it starts to make the model feel brittle and busy. Hey, good enough for now. Alrighty, although, of course I have so much energy this morning. It's stream time. Look forward to this with you guys. Orcs today. Yep, tomorrow we've got one more batch. We've got one more round of orcs. Let's see. Sarandaries was suggesting with him, and that's male orc, you have bracers going up his hand. Perhaps with her they should be more like gloves and extend down her hand. As long as they don't interfere with the fingers, we can sure give that a try, though I don't think any of our models really have their fingers bending backwards. Mr. Tobias is asking if us guys, I guess Team Stonehearth is looking for new staff members. We actually just welcomed on a brand new engineer, so maybe at some point we'll drag him in here to say hello to everybody. But I don't want to be like, hey, come greet the chat if you're still settling in and still nervous. But I think it'd be really cool. Wait, why am I even doing that? She's not going to have those. Silly me. That's what I get for only halfway paying attention to my model. She's got, like, eyebrow shadows. Super weird. I guess we can vote on whether or not to give her proper eyebrows. Yes, Mally, if he wants to come in and say hi, definitely send him in. But if he's nervous about the idea, I mean, no pressure. Cool hair bobble. I guess we can like put like a thing in the middle there. I don't know if we'd want it to be like a jewel, because that seems kind of fancy for just a common orc. I was thinking more like a big metal doodad. Just for now. I kind of wish this stuck out a bit more, too. Hey, good morning, Stefan Architect. Wow, your name is really bright and neon. Let's see. Ooh, Sarandaries is suggesting that we do tattoo eyebrows. That'd be kind of cool. Yes, this keyboard is super clicky. It's very appealing to tip tap on. Okay, I'm just gonna grab the side of her head really fast, you know, like you do, and just kind of pop it out just to get that idea started. Maybe build it up one more on the top. I'm not a fan of creating too many layers of things on top of the head, but since we are going to be going from like more of a shaved sides situation with her, it might actually work better. I don't know if I want to mess with that. We can leave that as a block. All right, let's not get too far into the weeds just yet. We can mess with that later. Now then, bracers. First things first, I want to go ahead and extend these guys down to temporarily serve as the gloves. That way we know how much of her fingers are going to be showing, which could affect how we do the bracers. Oh right, that reminds me, we've still got to break these guys up so they can actually be like, you know, used as models. They're all merged together right now for easy editing. That would not function very well in the game. That's an itty bitty. Man, are her hands that much smaller? Can't be right. Oh, I guess they are. Wow. She's teeny. So cute. I'm sorry, miss. You're not adorable. You're devastating. A true orc warrior. But to your credit, I think all of you guys are cute. Alrighty, bracers. What color? Let's use, you know what, let's just borrow this over here. We don't really need things to be exactly what color they're going to be when they're done, but... Oh, that's right, we got them to, like, look kind of inset. I like that. That's nice. So just making sure that I... Oh wait, if we do that, then the bracers are going to bend with the fingers, and bracers don't normally do that. This reminds me of some of the knight armor. Has stuff that goes on down the fingers. The size of that might not also be very appealing, but we'll let it be for now. Cubicle, are you ever going to let me actually click on this thing? Did you change your color again? Sometimes when you go to add a block, Cubicle decides that what you really wanted, and it just knows this, what you really wanted was to have your voxel color changed. I mean, thank heavens Cubicle knows what's best. That's kind of cool. Work with that. If we do this, though, I'm gonna make it seem like she's got super stumpy hands. Let's review over here. Okay, that actually sets out quite a ways. We sure don't want to do that. How did we do that again? Oh, it's too thick. That's why I can do that. Oh no, lady. Because your hands are so petite. If we do that with you, it's just gonna look like an enormous mound of metal. Gosh, gosh, gosh. Can we make this work? I know, I know. She's got to have sweet bracers game. I don't even remember how that's supposed to look. Oh, that's how it's supposed to look. And then this one like this. I could have just copied and pasted it over and just done it the lazy way to save us all some pain, but I got stubborn. Well, it's not so bad. We'll have to check the silhouette when we're done, but I do get the feeling it's going to be a bit massive on her. It's amazing. It's like one voxel makes an incredible amount of difference. Good morning, Ildred. And Rob the Swan, welcome to the stream. It is good to have a fellow bird. Yeah, they're huge. They really do look huge on her. It makes her hands look like enormous. I mean, maybe they look really big. Maybe they'll be okay with shading and stuff. Oh, hey, we could actually like put bands right there. That'd be cool. Like have them look like they're actually like wrapped onto her hand. Could be kind of neat. This is going to be teal up here, so use your imagination just a tiny bit. Rob the Swan is saying, at Stonehearth, I just noticed that your Twitch channel, says game development, and that channel got killed months ago. Oh, you're right. Should probably fix that. Mally is saying, maybe shift the hand, cover things up slightly. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do you mean like take the bracer and move it in? Because that's kind of what I'm thinking is the easiest fix. If we did like that. I mean, that's not so bad. So now this piece like covers her wrist, and this piece more like encompasses her hands. The problem is now this definitely is like touching fingers, and it can't. Otherwise her bracers are going to move with her fingers. And we can't just have it around the hands, because then she won't be able to do this for any reason. Not that I think that she does. Maybe she does. That is a good idea. Maybe shift it up. I mean, up in the Y, not in the head. Gotcha. Boop. So more like that. That actually looks pretty cool. I don't know if I like this jutting up with this. Like, I feel like that's really noisy, but maybe once it's got shading, it could look kind of cool. Let's fill that in. I don't know, maybe the massiveness of it won't be so bad once it's actually got some details built into it. It can be kind of hard to look ahead. And also, generally with Stonehearth, things do look cuter and better when they're a bit blockier. So, it might be good. Oh, I get you, I get you. So what we were trying out, yeah, see his hands like go under it so he doesn't have like too many shapes on the top of his hand. We were trying out a look, well, I mean, hers still go down further than the male looks. We were trying out a look that had them covering more down her fingers than up the back of her hand. So it was more of a hand guard. But I'm not quite sure it was so successful. I kind of want to get rid of her wrists now like his, because that's such a cleaner look. TPC Turtle Squish is saying, why is the female orc so much smaller than the male? That's a really good question, actually, because I don't think even, yeah, so female orc is definitely based off of female Hearthling. Like, I know these proportions anywhere, but male orc seems to be quite a bit more bigger, more huge. And I've seen these proportions on one other model that's floating around in our folders. I mean, not even our ogre uses those. So I don't know. The orcs are actually well before my time, I believe, and I'm kind of coming in now and messing with them. So that's, might have to ask about that. Maybe at some point we'll like make her all like huge and strong. But I do like that she looks like, I don't know. I think she's pretty cute too. Wrists be gone! Agreed. Sorry, I might have just yelled into the microphone. Yelling is what happens when I get too excited. Yeah, nah, that's way busy. Hand wraps. Like the other dude. Oh, well, now our hands just look stumpy. Maybe we can't get away from it. Or maybe we just need to fill it all in, but then we're gonna lose that really cool sculpting. It's not terrible. I don't know if I like it as much. What do you guys think? It might be worth checking out, Mally. Because, yeah, he's quite a bit different. I mean, he's not even, like, just a sized up version. He's actually quite different. I don't know. Yeah, you've got a weirdness. Maybe. I don't know. It's cool. She looks like she could punch you really hard now, whereas on this side she's got like a very dainty hand. But at the same time, now her hand is like huge compared to the rest of her body. Let's make this one go away and just test it out really quick before we pass too hard a judgment on it. Up and away. Thank you. Grab this, move it on over. Wait, wrong. This one. Move it on over and flip. That's not awful. It could use some work though. Skin color in the bracer, perhaps not the bracer wrap the palms would be, so the inner line would be green. This inner line, I think, is right now posing way too much, oh, see you in a bit, Turtle Squish. Yeah, so the idea here was to have it look like they were being tied on, but at the moment I feel like it's a little too busy. And so her hand wraps are eventually going to be this color with the teal on top. With the, oh, her braces are actually tapering on the bottom. I don't know if I mind that though. That's kind of nice on hers. What if we do this? That's kind of cool. It might also just be kind of noisy. I think we'd need... Yeah, nah. Nah. Where the shoulders meet the arms. Shoulders meet the arms. So right here. I see. Sorry, I'm reading too many things. Perhaps not have the bracers wrap where the palms would be so that the inner line would be green. So you're talking about the inside of her wrist up at the top here. And actually, Relis, that's a very good suggestion, but for now, let's keep working like this, just for the time being. If we get into a real pickle, we'll go ahead and grab the female knight, but I think even her bracers are going to be a little bit smaller than what we're hoping for. See, I'm not so sure. Because this right here is just supposed to be wrappings. I'm not sure how that's reading. And I mean, it looks like if you look over here on the paint over, she does have like her wrist sticking up over, but her bracers are quite a bit smaller. And that's not a bad look either. I don't know. I think I kind of do miss this. This is a little confusing to look at at the moment. Hey, no worries, we got there. Yeah, not sure if that's working just yet. Let's go ahead and not too far. Grab off a bunch of this stuff really quick, see what happens. I really like having a piece of it project up. I don't like that it's just this big solid chunk, you know? That doesn't feel as good. Like, that just feels cooler. Feels like she's got more arm. If we did like the insides like this, or like what you're saying, that might look less awkward now that they're shorter. But then it, yeah, I see, I don't know how that feels. I don't know. It doesn't look like it wraps around, if that makes any sense. That's not bad, but feels a little slicey without any depth. Now if it all stacks up just one more, that's also a pretty cool idea. That's not so bad. We try not to mess... Okay, so Dracula is saying maybe enlarge the shoulders just a little, or does that mess with the animations? I mean, this armor she has to be trained and look not exactly proportional. We could. I mean, on the female knights for the Hearthlings, sometimes we've messed with that a lot, so we could do something like that instead of like these little tiny pieces. It kind of has a bit more oomph. Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting, Mally. So, yeah, this guy with his different proportions and everything is using the same animations as this guy, and he's okay with it. Weird. Oh, does that mean he can skip? I have a favor to ask. Yeah, I like these shoulders a lot more. They feel stronger. Oh, I just remembered she's got an earring. I know we just did that a little while ago, but I've been like focusing so hard on her bracers that I momentarily forgot everything we've been doing. Alright, so I think we're gonna change the buckle a little bit to be more like this, where like the belt is coming through it. We could also do that with her hair, but this is kind of neat for now. In fact, what if... kind of want to do some more stuff to this because it's a cool idea. Right now it looks like goblin decoration, so goblins decorate with bones, but that's going to be made out of metal. And I was thinking, oh, this could be like a cool pin or something. He can skip. Sorry. So if this guy, big and beefy as he is, can use the same animations as this guy, I'm just excited because this means that he can skip. It's highly possible, Relis. Yep, smaller teeth and stuff. What else before we start really... Oh, right. Before we start really getting into the weeds with everything, let's go ahead and figure out her belt situation. So if we wanted to do that kind of belt, this would actually want to go in a little bit more. I'm not sure belt situation is even a thing. Sometimes I hear the things I say and I go, what does that even mean? Right, if we wanted to do like that to have her belt coming through, or we could project it out, because I don't like it just flat like that. There's not enough dimensionality there. Feels bad. Alright, her belt's gonna be darker. So let's grab our other belt color. Come here. And they don't have to be the same or anything. But I like the look. I think it's neat. Since we're going to be giving her proper pants too, we can go ahead and... I'm so doing this the lazy way. Ugh. There we go. Right, and again, since we're giving her, like, proper pants this time, her belt can be a little bit thinner. Surprised she's showing that much leg. We can still do, like, well, actually putting some... Well, maybe her pants can be green, now that I think about it. Because if they're the same color as her bracers, or not her bracers, but her hand wraps are going to fall right into it, and that would be no good. We want it to be a bit better than that, so. That looks pretty awkward with the burgundy right now, but bear with us. Oh, that's sad. Radiant Mally says, I don't think the orcs have a concept of happiness. Maybe we just don't understand their concept of happiness. And it's never for us to know. That up? Belt over? Does seem a bit odd. I mean, I kind of start to feel like we need one or the other. She can't have both that sash and the belt situation because it's going to get really, really busy. Unless we just use a color differentiation. Like that's just a piece that hangs out over it. I'm not even sure how that works. What even is orc fashion? Is orc fashion? We may never know. Just check the orc male lines line up with the human male in cubicle for me. Maybe we're looking at yours funny. He might also be resized. But no, even his stance is completely different. What's going on? That's very curious. Frankie McShanky will not rest until someone has a ballin' mustache. There you go. Just for now. There you go. Sweet mustache action right there. Hey, Sleepy Sheeposaurus, welcome to the stream. Alright, let's go ahead and mess with this really quick. Glad you could make it. We just gave our orc a mustache. Masterpiece. Female orc in disguise. Or maybe just female orc. I mean, I don't know. Might. Definitely not female orc. Oh, she needs a monocle now too. Like the crazy glasses with the big nose. That's not a monocle. What are those? Oh, I can't remember what they're called. No, don't get distracted. But getting distracted is fun. Alright. Don't look! Thank you. Top hat! There we go! Oh, could we just quickly do a top hat? I mean, no one would mind, right? I don't even like top hats, but just for the sake of the thing. Just for a minute. I don't like top hats. I feel like there was a thing with top hats for a while where they were everywhere, and it's gonna be a really poor excuse of a top hat, but we gotta go fast. Needs like a band. We'll do it in pink. Super classy. Oh, that's very pink. Let's pick a different pink. There we go. That's a little better. Maybe take this. Just do a little of this on the top. Give it a bit of dimension. All right, that's all we're gonna do. It's not the best, but it'll do the job for now. Wait, I don't even know where that is. Working in 3D. Woo! Dun dun dun. And wait, no, we don't want that just yet. Front. The disguise is almost complete. Wow. Oh, that's why her head looked weird. She was showing right through the other one. Da 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 dun. Boop. Oh, it doesn't center. Oh well. She's wearing it lazy. Too dapper. Just, we're done. What else can we do now? Nothing can possibly be better. I now have to take back everything I believe in top hats. I don't know. Chief Justice is saying orcs and goblins do have the concept of happiness, but they simply reject it. But then there's Party Goblin. And Party Goblin definitely embraces the concept of happiness. Wait, what am I not forgetting? Don't forget C. Okay, for a minute I thought I... Get a rabbit! No! No, we have to stay on target! Oh no, it's not sharing. Oh well, hold the hat in your heart. Oh, she's got a hole in her midriff. Oh dear. Take it easy there. We'll have you fixed up in a jiffy. And she's not going to be showing quite that much hip because these guys have this. If we do this, there we go. That's starting to feel a bit more on point. Gotta fill that back in. Now, I don't know if this is going to argue with anything on the animation side, so we might have to keep an eye on it, but I kind of remember doing something similar with some of our knights. It's a magician goblin. Give her a wand. Okay, we can work with that. I do like the hat. Oh yeah, we were gonna do eyebrows as tattoos. Surrendery suggested that earlier. Ah, Frankie McShanky says, I liked the hip. It was sassy. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we keep the hip or should we go for the wrap? Because we could do it pretty easily either way. And she's already kind of doing it. I mean, we could just have it on the sides. So it would still be a version of it. Reversed it. Hey Wise, welcome to the stream. You know, okay, so the look of the hands and the braziers, now that I've had a minute to look at other things, it's kind of growing on me. So while we're still awaiting a consensus... Oh, this is a little strange. Well, now she was always like that? Excuse me, miss, may I see you? Okay, yeah, she was always like that. That's what happened. I mean, this also needs its details in it. It's just like a big right now. Let me borrow you. Alright, let's keep going, because we still gotta do our sandals. I'm just doing this as a placeholder since... Oop, hey, that's weird. Since the male orc also has, like, a tippy top. Sort of like that. Wow, yeah, she is, like, so many colors right now. Okay, I like her hair. Doodad a lot. It is a really helpful thing. Oh, man, yeah, okay, so his, like, toes are sticking out. He's got a little block cutaway on the bottom. Her feet are a good bit smaller than that. But let's see if we can get to work. Nope. Dip, dip. Let's see. DeBryler is asking if we're going to add drawable patrol routes. I haven't heard anything about that just yet. I'm pretty sure for the time being they're just going to kind of patrol where they patrol. Oh, yeah, her heels. Snap off the backs there. Alright, the beginnings of sandals. She should probably have toenails too, but I can already see that the proportions of her... Well, no, she can just have one gap in the middle. Just have giant toenails. Painted toenails. So glamorous. Yes. Too beautiful. Disco platform shoes? Her matrix isn't even big enough! Wait, yes it is. Oh no. Oh dear. Well. Goodbye, cruel world. It's about to get real in here. This is a job for extrude. Wait, extrude doesn't work if you don't select a thing. No, not stretch. That's how we used to do things before we figured out how this thing's insane extrude works. And I'm distracted again. Extrude? Extrude. That's weird, isn't it? Why? Well, that's not what I intended. Why won't it let me? It must know. Oh, there it is. Ha! Even better. Wait, her hat's all weird now. We gotta do this right. You know, I think there's something to this. This might be our best work. I like everything about this. I'm just for the record, we're just gonna move this. Just preserve our friend. Because sadly, we do have to keep going. We do have to actually accomplish a desert orc lady. But it's hard to just see her go, so luckily we can just duplicate everything, and there's a version of her that can live on forever, along with Smilin' Pete. Twin. Alright. So, man, I think we're pretty good to start adding in the colors that we're gonna need next. So let's jump in. Let's do that. We are gonna have to make her mustache go away on this version, sadly. But she lives on over here in her outrageous and beautiful form. So, she's not really gone. And yet now she feels somehow incomplete. Alright. This is also sadly gonna need to move. Wait. And it gets even better. That's so many hats. I don't know what's happening anymore. Something really strange. Okay. Skin color. Terracotta. Oh boy, she is getting colorful. My goodness. Oh, that actually took out all of her stuff and things. We're gonna fiddle with that, because I'm not thinking this is going to work out incredibly well. Yeah, that just looks like she's got some kind of bizarre 5 o'clock shadow. Okay, and we can also start by changing the look of her top. Simple to teal. That might need to be a darker value, but we'll have to see. Yeah, we need to fix those values in her face. That's super odd. It's not the first time that came up. We had to fiddle with that just a little bit on the orcas. Excuse me. Crazy hiccups. Gotten overly emotional about our friend with tall shoes. How hairy is this lady? Incredibly. And we're gonna reverse out her eyebrows. Oops, that's back exactly where we don't need it to be. It's like, I agree that she does need something there, but this doesn't really work. There we go, that's a little better. I don't know if I mind it so much like around the ponytail. And her hair is going to be very close to her head this time. Sleepy Sheeposaurus is asking a very good question. What would happen if a temperate orc goblin sunburnt? How does the green... Maybe they sunburn purple. I'm just thinking what happens when you add certain shades of pink to certain shades of green, and it actually creates purple. I'm not making this up. There we go. All right, significantly less 5 o'clock shadow. I think her ears are falling apart a little. Whoa. Wow, does that really go all the way through her head? Interesting. Hang Hang tight, orc lady. We'll figure it out. Ooh, a little bit of grain left over. Orcs are cute. Yeah, we cannot control our ads. Sorry. Oh, see you later, Brad. Take care. Thanks for joining the stream today. Frost Feast is coming. And it's amazing. So we were playing it yesterday during our playtest, and if you haven't checked it out yet, actually I'm not sure if we've even got it up yet. But anyway, I had my dudes all like had the crazy fevers and chills, and I had mistakenly settled my town on the top of a mountain. I'm making a vote right now for rare purple orcs in the desert. That's good. Oh, right, I was telling a story. So yeah, so we were testing out Frost Feast yesterday, and I had made the mistake of settling on top of a mountain, and everybody had like terrible colds and they were suffering, and all of the flowers were really, really far away, and I had to send my guys on this super far and dramatic journey to get the herbs to make the things, and like it took a really long time because everyone was sick, and I was sitting there watching them, and I got really worried, and it was very emotional. And then I ate a lot of chips. Everything turned out okay. We did manage to transplant quite a lot of frost snaps. I feel like she needs more like cool tattoo stuff. Oh, whoa, we didn't change the color of her scalp. Though this is starting to grow on me, this contrast here. Rad. Might need to be a little bit darker. We'll see. Eyebrow tan. Oh yeah, Drum Original. Chief Justice is definitely Brad. Alright. What were we doing? Sorry, I got caught up in the emotional retelling of everyone's freezing to death. In the quiet mountain town of 1 zillion trees. So cute, though. Made me miss winter even more. Not the everyone has a cold and we have a perilous journey to acquire medicine to make everyone feel better, but in the fact that it's like really pretty and snow and has like cute trees and This Sleepy Sheepasaurus is saying, this orc learned why you never wax your eyebrows during the summer. Never. She's styling. Maybe not as styling as her previous form, but she's certainly her aesthetic. What did we do? We like gave it a little situation right there. How did that go before? Right, these were lighter. That's not what I wanted, but they're all the same color. Interesting, interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and get the tops of those, color the hand wraps. Hmm. Well, I don't know if you'd want her to punch. Okay, whoa! Why is it bright green? There you go. It's a little weird. Oh, I remember now. That was originally just... Let's get the top of the thumbs. Though we should probably move this down a little bit because her thumbs don't come up quite as high. We can also... Nah, you know what? That's okay. Let's see how it looks. Just to see. Uh-oh. Alright. So we've got our arms figured out. You know, I kind of miss that being at least like one more tan strip. You guys will have to let me know what you think as well. Mainly, though, in the interest of not having things only one voxel thick. Does nothing for me. Oh, right. This is actually a bit lighter than we've currently got it. That makes sense. That's right. That's originally why we had this band color up here, is because of the contrast with the orange in the skin. Now I got it. Right. It's been a while since we made that decision. Yep, agreed with the tan. Very cool. Do a little bit. I kind of want to put some shadows under there. So this is getting into a bit more of like the super fine tuning stuff. Is it just me or do her... No, I guess, I mean, they just feel tall. Her ankles. I mean... Well, no, he sits on his ankles too. Guess everyone does. That's fine. It just needs some stuff on it to make it look cool. Oh, TPC Turtle Squish, you might have missed. So this got very out of hand in all of the best ways. And she's over here because I could not bear to delete her from our history. Hey, welcome, Badfish. Wait, Badfish? You'll have to let me know if that is the correct pronunciation. Huh, you know, maybe that isn't gonna work quite as well with the highlight on the thumbs because her hands don't just terminate at the top, but we can do a little bit. I know I was applying this under her belt just now. But we can do a little bit of shading around the edges of her fingers. Just as a way to add some dimension there. And it's not, I mean, a detail like that is really trivial, it's not incredibly important, but it makes me feel better to see it, and I feel like, you know, anyone who wants to zoom in and, like, really get into the details on the model, that gives them something to kind of get excited about. It's like, oh wow, look, little shadow details. We just try not to do too many of those. Because you mostly don't see them. Alright, I think we're gonna stick with a darkest value for her top here, because we want that to stand out. Yeah, that's much better. Much better. Looking for opportunities to do like these bitey things in the fabric, but her model is so tiny. Each one of those voxels amounts to a ton. TPC Turtle Squish. I'm not sure where she fits into the lore, but she's here now. Some kind of a magical creature. Hey, how's it going? Oh wow, your name is Bright Orc Green, in fact. Total D4. I think we can start going in and working on the buckle and her hairpiece, which is still kind of that bone color, and it's not gonna be. She's not a goblin after all. These guys have at least some chops in metalwork. And really, we're kind of coming down the home stretch with this. I don't think there's going to be too much more to work with once this is taken care of, which is really exciting. This might be too busy. Might be. That might start looking kind of crazy. Oops, not there. Let's go ahead and keep that kind of simple since that piece is so much smaller. God, that kills me. She's got so few. She's got like 2 voxels to her entire body. I could like add a little highlight right here to show that like the hair is like kind of curved into the barrette. Just a little. Just a nice secondary detail. Though now having this shine right here is a little strange. So let's change that into a shadow. And I'm not even sure if her hair is still the right color, but I'm agreeing with it for the moment. Nope, not like that. Totally isn't. It's supposed to be more of a purple shade. This one. Not forget something important. That needs to be just a smidgen darker. All right, one more. Nope, bit further. Now we need the highlight. Oh, her earring, it's still bone colored. That's weird. Let's fix that. Hello? Hey, how's it going? So,
how are you?
Oh, this is great. Awesome. So earlier today we were talking about how we've welcomed a new member of our team, and let's make sure you're in the
frame.
I'm gonna fumble. Oh no, I clicked the wrong button. Pandemonium. Here, you can
slightly delayed.
You can grab a chair over there.
Sure.
And introduce yourself to the stream.
Hello. My name is Justin. I'm a new engineer here, working on Stonehearth. I just started on Monday, so just started diving into the code and meeting everybody and stuff like that. So it's been a fun time.
How's settling in been?
Pretty good. Yeah, just meeting lots of new people, lots of smart people. So really fun and awesome. So definitely excited.
That's awesome. So is there like, what is something that you're like super excited to jump into once you're comfortable and you've got your feet more on solid ground?
Definitely, I think a lot of the engine work. Like I know there's a lot of work to be done and a lot of improvements we can be making, and that's kind of like my background is more in like kind of back-endy infrastructure-y type stuff. So I've been working with Chris and got some ideas on stuff to work on. So super excited about it.
That's super cool. All right, we've been working on like a bunch of monster repaints and things to exist within the world of Stonehearth. So,
nice.
What is your favorite monster in Stonehearth?
I
so
just
far?
like the goblins, basically.
Yes!
Yeah,
yes!
I think they're the best.
Goblins are the best. I mean, orcs are pretty good too, but
they're all right, but they're no goblin.
Let's be real, goblins.
Yeah.
If you could see any kind of monster in the Stonehearth lore, what would it be?
Oh man, probably something kind of like are you familiar with like aboleths in Dungeons and Dragons, like giant like eldritch fish that like control people's minds, like just something crazy like that.
Oh my god,
just like
that'd be super terrifying.
Just something weird, like something super weird would be like up my alley.
That would be super awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in and introducing yourself.
I really appreciate it.
You've got a lot of hi hellos from everybody.
Hi everybody.
In the morning stream or the sometimes afternoon or evening stream depending on where they are. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you for being so welcoming.
Yeah, absolutely. And please feel free to pop in anytime if you want to come and jam with us in the morning or in the afternoon.
Awesome.
Anytime.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Justin.
All right.
See
you all later.
Sorry, I'm dropping equipment. It's okay, it's my old tablet. It's used to this treatment. Bye! Woo! Let's see. Oh, they're so pretty! Okay, so just re-aboleth. Look at that. Ah, they're so woojy. Sick. One day fish monsters and fish things in general. Alrighty. Goodness. Alrighty. Where were we? That was fun. I'm so glad he came in. Earring. Right, earring. Yeah, we're coming down the home stretch with this, Oh man, Surrendries is asking, do you have any plans for water coming down the pipeline? I have many dreams and aspirations for water, but I haven't really heard anything juicy as of late. I think at the moment we're working pretty full tilt on getting a new gameplay loop working well, in the form of something that kind of gives the Hearthlings like more like emotion and states that like make you want to do things to make them happy versus sad and things like that. So that's currently kind of the big thing that the whole team is working on. But oh my gosh, it would be really cool. It is not. Frankie McShanky is saying this mug is too big for me. Is that what you're saying? This is just the right size. I have had this mug for like 15 years. It is my mug. It is Moss Cup because it has the moss on the inside. Not actual moss, it's just green. I don't know, I name things. Frequently based on immediate first impressions. Alright, are we that out of things to do on her? Not too satisfied with her earring just yet. Birds! That's a good bird. Chirp, chirp. No, it's true. So Sleepy Sheeposaurus is saying once you have a mug that's larger than standard size, like, you know, coffee mug, there's no going back to standard size. And it's true. Like when I drink out of smaller coffee cups or teacups now, I run out of coffee and tea way too fast, and it makes me very uncomfortable. You know what? That's probably okay. Just give it a little shine. Yeah. Maybe, you know, because this is still a little loud. Tone that down just a bit to let them recede, let this cool skirt action do its thing. I guess we could try to do fingernails on her. I don't know if she's gonna have any of it, because yeah, so every 2 blocks is a finger, so that would just be like an entire row. It's not the worst, but when they're all together like that, it can look a little odd. His hands are really that much bigger. Oh, he doesn't even have fingernails. You know what? Never mind. That's too many things. We won't worry about that. Did we miss anything? Is anything still the wrong color? Perhaps some sort of braid for the hair, says Sarandaries? Maybe. I'm not really even sure how we would do that without it getting super messy. I mean, we could just continue to make like a pattern that goes down and around with the color. Okay. How? Okay, hang on a minute. Let's see if we can do this. And then the one on top should be lighter. Sorry, I had to take it apart in my brain. It's probably going to be too light. Wait, it should alternate, right? I think something like that is gonna need a bit more time. I know we've got like the little hearthling lady that has the braids that go around the sides of her heads, but I don't know if we want to make that something that's too busy looking. Oh, it does! It is super handy. Yeah, I would think that color alone would be fine to indicate a braid. I mean, we don't want it to be knobby. Let's give it one really good try. And then we're gonna wrap it up. This might not come out stellar looking. So, first of all, let's do some segments, just to get kind of an idea for where we're going. Vertical braids could be kind of cool. Kind of looks like a shrimp tail. I think this is something that's going to need a lot more tooling than that if we wanted to do it. Also, this would want to be like a band at the bottom, not another hair did. Like if we, whoops, wrong hotkey. Haha. Like if we did this, and then we grabbed this, made it more of a poof on the bottom. Yeah, I don't think that's working just yet. It's kind of cool. Superfly. Right, we were talking about, so if we look at the Ascendancy version of the orc, her hips are more or less exposed. And so far the Desert Orc version has them covered up. So I think I posed the question earlier, but I might have been busy with other things at the time. What do you guys think? Should we keep the hips wrapped, or do you miss it being more of like a panel? I kind of like the wrap myself. I think it's very clean. I can see where her hands are. Maybe if it was one more. Maybe the problem is it's only two, and a lot of times when you have stuff like this, it helps if it's three. I know that sounds pretty weird, but bear with me. Oops. Wait, is that? I think that's correct. A little bit of styling there to give it just a tiny bit of dimension. A little bit of shine. All right, I think we're going with wrapped. hang on a minute. So we want this to look like it's folded over. We don't just want it to look even. Might look too busy. Yeah, it's a bit too busy from a distance. It's got too many things. Huh. Always run the risk of that. Might not even need this. I might be being too particular. Perhaps the... This is interesting. I don't think I've tried to model a braid yet. There's always the trial and error phase of, well, that's way too busy. Have I had no music on this entire time? Are you sure? No, it's on. The volume might be really low, though. Let's see. That's super weird. Are any of you guys hearing music? Let's try it at a 10 and see what happens. Normally this is super low. Yeah. Let me know if that's too loud, because we don't want it to... We don't want to be hard to... Okay. That's kind of cool. Why won't you click? Cubicle, that is clearly something you can click on. What in the world is your damage? Sometimes it just gets it into its head that it's not going to do a thing, and there is nothing you can do about it. Could do like that and just notch it out of the bottoms too, but that's going to get really busy on the sides. Unless we take the sides out, but then at certain angles it's going to look really weird. No. Looks better with just the dimension like that. It looks too knobby. Just trying to keep it kind of clean. I think we wanted to see this taper down just a little more. And that looks a little strange. Actually, really quick, if we just take out the edges, it's starting to look kind of fragile. Don't want it to look fragile. Oop! That is definitely not what I wanted. Cubicle. Seriously. Sunscreen. Yeah, no, I'm actually liking the braid a lot. It's super cute. Just trying to think of a way to show this that isn't going to be too insanely busy. It's not so bad if it's only got like... it's awkward. Bring it all back. No, now it just looks like banding, so maybe that does need to be particular. It's always very tempting. We can also... Okay, that's an idea. We can give it... We can make it get darker towards the bottom, and that might be cool. Let's try that. No, that's not what I wanted. Thank you, though, Cubicle. Lovely. Let's set this back. Nope. That's weird. That should totally turn it on and off. I guess we'll have to do it this way. If we do this just right, it could look really cool. minus -2. This might also look really bad, but we're just trying stuff on right now. -2. Not hue, lightness. -2. Let's see what that does. It's kind of neat. It starts to lose a bit of it. I really like the effect though, it's pretty. It might also be that this is throwing it off a little. So how's that? Does it look okay? Grandma work. Nope. TPC Turtle Squish is asking, have we given any more thought about the types of buildings orcs live in? Not at the moment. I've actually been working on an illustration at the moment. That's where my brain has been, and I haven't had any like, oh, I like how it like comes out in the back now. The braid was cool. Thanks for the braid suggestion. But yeah, I haven't really had any like errant thoughts about orc lifestyle. Recently, anyway. Yeah, I like that. Let's keep the braid. Ooh, that's a good idea. Surrenders is suggesting, what if as most of it grows darker, the central dot gets brighter? So like this gets shinier? We mean, this part. Let's give that a shot. It might look a little distracting. Yeah. It looks like there's something in her hair. But I might not have gotten that right. Oh, we should do like a little shine right there. Actually, you know what? Let's not. I don't want it to be messed with. Right here, it would call too much attention to itself, and right now it recedes really nice with the big barrette up here. So, cool. Guys, I think we've wrapped it up pretty well, and we've created this beautiful vision over here, this tower of hats and mustaches. Just alrighty. Well, I guess that's it for this week. Wow. Interesting. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this. I hope you guys like how it's turned out. Oh wait, I see something. I'll just keep talking though. I hope you guys like how this has turned out. I know I've had a blast being on here modeling it with all of you. You know what? Let's leave that alone. But yeah, that and the braid again is probably like that's so fun. I'm really glad that came up. I was a little worried that we'd be able to model it quickly enough to fit in, but it worked out in the end. So thanks everybody for your suggestions and your feedbacks and your cool ideas and your really strange and crazy ideas. I love this thing over here. I'm glad that happened. So thanks everybody, and I will see you all next Wednesday for another art stream in which we will find something else to do, because that's it for the orcs. We did it. They are ready to roll. They just need to be chopped up into animatable pieces, which sounds worse than it is. I promise. No orcs will be harmed in this process whatsoever. So, thanks again. I hope to see you guys next week. Have a fantastic rest of your day.